EA Sports of the National Football League welcome you to Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Arizona Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico in the booth with Greg Olson and Blake Rupe on the field to get this started. Off we go from the Steel City. Oh, he's got room past the 30.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to be very close to the first down marker. Out of bounds after a gain of 9. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down. Ready. They'll go again with Johnson. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. They gain 18 yards on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
The ball comes out. The Cardinals have got it.
And that's just got to be a really deflating way to start this game, Mike. I mean, you work on this opening script all week long with the expectation that you're going to start fast, and then you come out early, careless with the ball, they knock it loose and create the early takeaway.
McBride is the motion man. They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game. And a stoppage here for injury. One of the Cardinals shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So after the loss on first, here's second and 14. Out of the gun, it's Murray. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
A tough spot here. Third and long. From the gun, it's Murray. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
To return, it's Nixon. And this winds up a very nice return. He's able to get up past the 40-yard line.
At their own 44-yard line.
Let go. Milroe now off the bootleg. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
On second down, here's Milroe. Now he's just going to pitch this one forward. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of 1.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
On third down, Milroe. He's got his tight end. That's fire move. 14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Steeler first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he will be forced out of bounds, but there is a flag down. And we'll check in with our referee.
Here we go, Jack. Bronco 80. Let's go.
To the air, it's Milroe. Now a screen set up for Johnson.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Come on, come on. Ready.
On the ground, here's the Clemson product, Travis Etienne. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains, they're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
Pass taken in by Johnson. They get 18 on the pitching catch. That's a Steeler first down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch. So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Touchdown number 9 for the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This returnable from the 4. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it. And he'll bring this to about the 25. Jalen Ramsey up to make the play.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. On play action, Murray. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
On 3rd down, Murray. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It is a big gain for Arizona. 36 yards. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Murray. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
To throw again is Murray. That's complete. Some more on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, down at the 20. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Arizona.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9. Now Murray. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to have the 1st down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
Cardinals, 1st down. 1st and goal, Arizona.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. This has been some kind of march downfield now. Can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Now Murray. And he overshoots everyone. It's through the back of the end zone and incomplete.
Well, it's no secret to anybody who follows this league. This is one of the elite playmakers in the entire NFL. So he put one high, thinking his guy would go up there and get it. We've seen him do it so many times before, but just puts a little too much on it and ends up sailing over his head.
Another shot at it from the 9. 2nd down and goal. Now Murray keeping it himself. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
3rd and goal. Murray. And they go backwards here again. The defense stands tall, and it's 4th down. Groupie's kick is good. And the Cardinals are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
On play action, Milroe. He's going to look to the home run ball. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. So a big one there to start the drive. 31 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
Let's go. Let's go.
Milroe going to look to run it himself. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Give him 14 yards on the keeper and a first down. Look at the 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Viking 18. Ready.
On 2nd down, Milroe. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith, in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd down.
70 Rangers. 70. Come on. Come on. Hey.
Out of the gun, it's Milroe. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 10. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And showing a little versatility as he takes this one forward up to the 34. Pickup of 9. Now it's 2nd and 1. They go play action for Murray. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I love this call, Mike. Defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy first down. Really well done.
Up the middle they go. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
So his team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That is T.J. Watt getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year. And he'll get a few yards on this return. Up past the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Let's go now. Go.
So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. Up the sideline, past the 30. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Red 19.
Now, Milroe misses a designed run, and his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss.
33-yard line.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
He gets this one to Moore. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
Gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Here now, 3rd and 5.
Ready, ready. Hawk 70. Ready.
From the gun, it's Milroe. That one on target to Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. That catch number 40 on the season for him. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Strike. Let go.
Give it right up the middle. Here's Johnson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. Talk things over before third down.
Hold the check.
Now Milroe going up top. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
His kick is good! From 60 yards out, he's got the leg to knock it through. Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. This taken around the 11. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Murray now to throw on first down. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. A pickup there of 28 yards.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
And And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. It is a big gain for Arizona. An even 40 yards. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. 1st down and goal. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta.
A second effort, and he is in. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. Blake Groupie comes on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Cardinals are able to cut into the lead. It's now 17-10. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Come on. Hit. 18 Cardinal.
On 1st down, it's Milroe. That's to the sideline. It is intercepted, but I don't think he was able to stay in bounds. And indeed, the officials concur. It is incomplete. Very nearly a turnover. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Milroe. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
To throw again is Milroe. He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Will Johnson. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. He's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with him again. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. 17 yards on that play. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Steelers. That is 3 touchdowns in this one, and he's up to 11 on the season. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having the day.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. They'll return this from the 11. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Now Murray on first down. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
Remember, they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now give on the ground. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be taken down. A gain of 17 yards. It's an Arizona first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run. And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
I like the change of pace. The idea that you want to keep the ball on the ground, but you don't want to do it in the traditional sense of just turning around and handing it off to your running back. So this time, they give it to the wide receiver. They get him in space, get the ball in his hands, and he turns it into a solid game.
And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Right back to Moore, another the grab. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
McBride is the motion man. And strong running in deep. Inside the 10-yard line, a gain of 9 on the carry.
You know, we spend a lot of time praising the running backs, and deservingly so. But oftentimes, it's a combination of the scheme and the big guys up front who make it work, and that's exactly what we saw here on the big pickup.
Second and inches. That's Harrison in motion. Murray now off the bootleg. That one to the end zone, but incomplete. Joshua Palmer was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down.
You know, once he broke the pocket, Mike, I actually thought he was just going to call his own number and become a runner. I thought he had some green grass out in front of him to take it in, but he decides to put it in the air instead and falls incomplete.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. Trying to drive his way forward. I'm not sure he got there. Going to depend on the mark, but yeah, he's short. Short, and it's fourth down. They'll try to run, and he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
Ready, ready.
Milroe now off the bootleg. Now he takes off, and that'll help give him some space and a bounce up at the 20-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Go.
Now a toss left side for Johnson. And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 26-yard line.
They'll work now on second and 4.
Let's go now. 60 by 65.
Milroe gonna look. Oh, the ball's out. And the defense comes up with a big turnover. Maybe this will turn this game around. Well, they come up with the turnover on defense. The quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback input and pull this game out? There's no energy. Somebody needs to get that huddle, look him in the face and say, hey guys, we can either sleepwalk through the rest of this game and lose, or somebody be the jump start that we need to really find our rhythm and timing.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Rupee's pick is good. And the Cardinals will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
At their own 35-yard line.
Now Milrow on first down. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
From the 44-yard line, here's second down and a yard. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Milrow going to hold on to this one. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up fourth down. So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
They go play action now. Murray. That's caught downfield by McBride. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
A gain of 34 yards. First down, Arizona.
On first and 10, it's Murray. And he's got it almost. It's complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. It is a big gain for Arizona. It's a gain of 34. Murray going to hand this to Benson. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It is second and 6.
1, 2, 3, guys.
On the ground, Benson begins the fourth quarter. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first down by a couple of yards. Gain of 9, but it is fourth down. They'll try it now with Benson. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a fourth down, fourth quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
Come on.
They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
A gain of 9. Brings up
Second and a yard.
At the 12-yard line.
Go! Let go!
Another run here with Johnson. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
one is complete to Hartman. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Steeler first down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Here we go, here we go. Bronco East, go.
On second down, a run with Johnson. And he will lose yardage on the play. They not get back to midfield.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground? I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. On first and 10, Murray. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. So after that safety, it is a free kick, and it comes from the 20. Fielded at the 9. Now a hit, and he lost the football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Johnson. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
On the pickup brings up second and 2 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go.
Now, Milroe, this is designed run, and that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
On the ground, it's Johnson. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is second and 13.
18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. Ready?
To the air, it's Milroe. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And that's a good game there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Johnson. And that'll move the sticks. That's a first down to the 45-yard line.
And that's kind of a double whammy of sorts for this defense. Not only do you not get the third down stop, but now this offense, Mike, they're able to bleed even more clock down with this fresh set of downs.
Milroe going to look to run it himself. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold them to a short game.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going, short game.
They go play action now with Milrow. Gonna look deep, looking for more.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the fourth quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over, and now they got a little life.
Murray from his own end zone. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. And he'll be brought down at about the 13-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Second and 4 at the 20-yard line.
Now a second down throw from Murray. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. A gain there of 27 yards.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
We've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Defense has a chance to all but end this game, but they can't secure the interception, and now the offense has new life. But is there enough time? Do they have enough opportunities still to find themselves in position to go try to pull this one out?
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end.
That's tipped and intercepted. Still going. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way. A back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire, and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
On for the extra point is Boswell. The kick is good. And the Steelers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Very good kickoff. Returnable from... Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And when we talk about momentum and trying to stop negative momentum, it's moments like this. Not only did you just give up the big score, but now, Greg, they've got to get that defense back on the field after the fumble.
Yeah, and on one sideline, you're riding high. I mean, the last 2 plays could not have gone any better. And then on the other sideline, they couldn't have gone any worse.
2nd and 11.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Here we go.
3rd and 11.
Cougar 19.
victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. In the end, they come away with the victory.